All right, so this video, I think what we're going to do is I'm going to change out this Saddleman seat lock and my Bagglox with the Robert Becker designs. Pretty cool lock. I put them on my Heritage. You probably saw the video for that one. If not, take a look on the site, it's there. I was trying to fit the same Bagglox on my Heritage to see if the bolt was the same. Didn't know. Robert didn't know. Talked to him on the phone, great guy. He's up in Sturgis right now, so not available to talk. But I ended up buying two sets, matching keys for the seat lock and the bags, and then one for my Heritage. I put the seat lock on the Heritage, but it didn't fit the bags, so no big deal. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put both locks on both sides and use them, and then I'll just have two keys, one for each side, and one of them will match the seat lock. A little redundant, but I'm not going to waste them. They're very cool, very functional, and what's wrong with having double security on your bags, right? Who's going to argue with your stuff not being taken or someone trying to take them off or something like that? So what I'm going to do is get the camera all situated. We'll switch these out. Again, Robert Becker Designs, seat lock and Bagglox. Very cool product, very functional. USA-based company up in Sacramento. Very, very cool dude. Just love him. As a veteran, you know, I try to go through all the stuff like that that's all US-based because I like to support our own. So let me get things switched around. Really, I can talk, I promise. We'll get things switched around and get this thing going before I melt, because it's 105 degrees in my garage right now. And we'll get it going. Be back in a second. Okay. I got everything positioned, got my lift up on the lowest setting so I can kind of just stand here and work a little easier instead of being all hunched over. So I'm going to shut this for a second because we're going to start on the seat on this side. So one of the things I talked about earlier was the Saddleman seat lock. Great product, got a security key, has this little hole in the end of it, goes in there, you know, can only get it open with their downside for that to me. Number one, they don't come with a black bolt. Number two, same bolt pattern for every bike. This is the same wrench that I used on my Heritage when I changed it out. And now I'm on the ST and it works, and someone could get one of these and just go around and start pulling seats. So not a fan of that. And then as far as the Bagglox go, you can get like the rickrack bags that some people have that log in there and wrench and go really low flush. Those are cool, but I like the fact that the Robert Becker designs have a key, and I got the blacked out version with the no contrast. They have a contrast version where this is white and several different colors to go into, but the lock is black, the button's black, and everything else, so it holds into my, you know, blacked out version. It's going to sit back there looking like that. And same thing in the bag. It's going to sit in here down like that, which is a little bit flusher than what's currently there, a little less thing to catch all your stuff on, your goodies as you're pulling stuff out. So just overall like it a lot better. Like I said, I put one set on my Heritage for the seat lock, hoping that the bolts would be the same. Silly me, figured they wouldn't be, but I figured I'd give it a try. And Robert was heading off to Sturgis, so I got both sets just in case, figuring that if it didn't fit, I'll just put them both back on here, and if I end up getting a different bike or something like that, or another bike, because you know you can never have enough, then you know I can take them off of one side, and instead of having two locks on each one, I'll just have one lock, and then that still secures the bag. Okay, so right now we're going to start with the seat lock, and so I have the other set for the bags over here, which is going to go on that side, which is from the Heritage. And then I have the new set here that hasn't been used yet, that when you get the bag lock and the seat lock, it comes with two bag lock bolts, which are, you know, longer, right? And then your seat lock bolt, right, comes with that. And then the locks, like so. And then Robert had these all keyed the same, so all three of these locks will be the same key plus some spares. So I'll just mark one right, one left, and I know that the left side will be the seat that matches there because it's the rider side, just my logical thinking. The other thing is you want to make sure, you know, in the bags, maybe not so much, but definitely on the seat, Loctite that sucker when we get it in there because it has all kinds of problems. But all right, let's get going the seat. So this tool fits right in here and comes out, has a key ring hole in it, which is great, but kind of a pain in the butt to use, stretches out the key ring. But if you get a 6mm socket, and I like to use an extension to make sure I'm away from everything, it fits right in there, grabs it, and you can pull it right out. Right, so you just do that to get the seat bolt out. And this is still in there from when I put it on initially, when I put my Lucky Dave seat on. So it's got some Loctite in there on that one. I'm going to reuse the Saddleman black slip over insert thing that comes on there because it holds my blacked out look, looks nice, plus I got the rubber in there and everything else underneath it, so we'll just keep that all the same. You just got to watch it when you take this bolt out or whatever, because that thing likes to move, and if it moves it will slide all over the place, and then you got to chase it and possibly scratch your paint and all that kind of junk, right? So never a good thing. So just finished screwing this bolt out. See how this is just loose like that, moves around. So I'm gonna set those two over there, clean up this thing a little bit. So that's that. The seat bolt looks like this. So it's got these little grooves in the head right there. And what happens is there's a little pin inside of there. Pretty brilliant design actually. And when you start screwing in by hand, you take that with the pin inserted, meaning you're locking in, put that on there, and this becomes your wrench. So you got leverage to turn it. And then when you're all done and you got it tight, you push, take your key and pop that, and it pulls that little lock out, and then this slides all the way down and locks into this groove, and you can't get it off. And that's it. It just sits there and free spins right there on that area. It looks really nice. Everything's good to go. So I'm going to put some Loctite on this seat bolt real quick, because I don't have any plans to take my seat off here anytime in the near future. So we're just going to stick this little bad boy in, make sure it's good to go. Put my lock. All right, so now I'm going to put my Saddleman seat bushing back on here and just kind of line that up with the hole, and then put my seat bolt in and start threading it in by hand. That way I don't lose this Saddleman seat thing and have it fly all over the place. And now I'm pretty good with that. So I've got this already extended. So you just take this and put it on top and then start turning. When it's up higher like this, it will go around the seat, so you don't have to worry about moving it. But as you get it down lower, you'll want to, you know, do the old lift and turn. Use this hand, lift and turn. So when it comes in and goes out, it works and does better that way. We're just going to keep doing it this way. Now it's getting tighter, so I'm going to start using this. You can see everything's starting to compress down. Nice thing about this being your wrench is you can get a hold of it and you can really put the Magilla Gorilla Monkey on there, because we know everything vibrates. So get that on there like that, that's good. So now that seat bolt is on there, that's nice and tight, it's pushing against my rubber. Seat push down's not moving, anything like that, right? So now take one of your keys and put it in your lock, and when you turn it, that little pin drops down. Right, so now you'll see the little pin bolt is extended. There you go, right there. That means that pin is back in the back, right? So you just take this, put it on top of here, And be sure you push it all the way down, right? So it seats. Pop your pin in, and this thing just spins around. Can't get it up, there's no bite. And looks pretty cool on the bike, right? So pretty happy with that. Like the way that looks. So that's that. So now, same premise for the Bagglox. Back these out. The existing ones here. I'm only going to do one at a time so that I don't have the bag fall forward on me. All right, so this is the original bag bolt. If you notice, threaded the same, comes with the washer, right? Pretty good to go. I'm not going to use Loctite on the bag, just in case I want to take it out. I'm not real worried about it vibrating out. So just stick that bag bolt in, finger tighten that in, hear it ratcheting like it's supposed to do. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Now that I got that bolt in there, and I might as well just do it, so I'm only tightening them both at the same time. Okay, so that guy's out. Put this over here with the other one. Got my new seat bolt. All right, gonna pop that in there. Get in there nice and straight. Try not to cross thread the nut that's in there. All right, now I grab one of the locks, check and make sure that I have the pin extended. You can see it in there. Now you just put that on there and do the same thing as you did with the seat. Turn, 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 right? Same thing on this one. Turn, turn, turn. The nice thing is you don't have to worry about which way it's angled, because as soon as I stick the key in here and unlock it, it's just going to free spin. All right, so this is the same two keys here that I used on the seat lock. So there's a little notch in there, just like your standard barrel keys. Pop that little guy in there, and that little pin drops down. All right, so now it's in there. Same deal. Put it on, push it all the way down, push the pin in, and now this just spins around. That bag is secure. Take the other lock, which I had the pin out on that one too. Turn that little guy, pin drops in. Stick it on, push it all the way down, push the pin in, spins. So now if I hang something and grab a bag, pull it out and I catch it, not really a big deal, because this thing will free spin and no one's taking your crap, right? So bonus. Cool. All right, so that's this side. Just like that, you're done. Pretty ingenious for old Bob and Robert Becker, I must say. And I'm gonna jump in front of the camera here and head to the other side. All right, and I have these sitting up here because I was setting them aside so I didn't get them mixed up. And so I got this one there. There's a bolt for this side, bolt for this side, and my keys, right? So same thing, one bag at a time. Gonna untwist this. Let's go back to it. So I pulled the one out, the camera shut off, so I had to fix that. Got the new bag bolt right here. Same thing in there. Get in there, make sure you get a good start so you don't strip out that nut plate that's in there. Finger tighten that guy in. Pretty good, just like that. It's gonna hold your bag. Go over here to the other one. Back this guy out. There you go. There it is. Set that there. Grab your new one. It's got the same washer on there with the little dimple guys. This little tip goes inside of there. It helps you find the nut plate so that it doesn't cross thread. Screw that one in there hand tight as far as you can. Start here clicking. Grab you one of your locks. This one has the pin out. This one has the pin in. So I'm going to use this one because I'm lazy and don't want to do the key. So put this on there and just start tightening. Give your bag a little support if you want to make sure so it goes. Get it nice and snug. Same thing on this one. Nice and snug. Like that. Take your lock, make sure it's got the little pin out. Put it on there. Push it all the way down. And then like that. And then because these are my other keys set, I have to use this one. So use my key set to pop that guy in. He goes on here, straight up, push all the way in, pin down and locked. Now it just free spins. And that's pretty much it. Those things are on there, your bags are secure. They're not going anywhere. Someone's gonna be hard pressed to get them off, just your average person. I mean, of course, with anything, if someone wants it bad enough, they'll figure out a way to do it. But for the most part, seat's not going anywhere, can't lift it up to get a hold of anything underneath your seat for your wiring or lights or amps or whatever you may have. Same thing for your bag. They can't pull your bag off and run down the street, just cut some wires to have all your setup in there. And pretty impressed with it. So that's it, Robert Becker Designs. US-based company, super great dude. Bob is awesome, answers questions, calls you independently. As a veteran, I appreciate that. Looks really nice, subdued, or high contrast or no contrast on the labeling. Bagglox, you can get those instead of chrome. You can get them chrome, you can get them any combination. All keyed the same, real secure, good to go. Like, subscribe, do all that stuff. Comments, appreciate it. And as you can tell, I'm sweating like crazy, so I'm gonna end this now and think about what to do next. Have a good one. Talk to you guys later.